Some 17 companies have already signaled its interest in partnering with the government of Guyana to revive and develop the 165 megawatt Amaila Falls hydropower project. The project, which has long been pursued by the People's Progressive Party government, will help meet projected demands from 2026 and integrate sustainable and cheaper electricity into the grid as part of a low-carbon development strategy. Speaking to the newsroom by telephone on Wednesday, Prime Minister Brigadier Retired Mark Phillips said that while proposals were still being submitted, with Thursday being the final day, some 17 proposals have already been submitted. He could not provide any details on the companies immediately.
I don't have the information at hand, but I know the last time I checked, they had like about 17 companies that had submitted their proposals.
And that included Guyanese companies, regional companies, and further.
I didn't check and see whether it's Guyanese companies, regional companies, but I know there were just like about 17 companies.
Okay.
All pertinent information available from the government will be made available via a secure website upon completion of a confidentiality undertaken non-disclosure agreement. The company that is selected will have to develop the project on the Currabong River, a tributary of the Batara River, Kuyuni-Mazruni, on one of two bases. With the first option, build, own, operate, transfer, boot, all of the cost of the project up to the commissioning date will be borne by the developer, who will operate the project for a 20-year boot period. At the end of the boot period, the project will revert to the government at no cost. With the second option, design, build, finance, the developer would finance the development of the project up to the commissioning date. The government would take over the project and fulfill the financing repayment obligations only upon and at satisfactory completion of construction and commissioning. The scope of work includes building a dam, 155 megawatt hydropower plant, and related works, creation of a 23 km2 storage reservoir consistent with the environmental studies, a 27 km long double-circuit 230 kV transmission line from Amaila to Sophia, Georgetown, 230 kV substations in Linden and Sophia, and upgrades and completion of roads and bridges to the site, 85 km of new road and 122 km of existing roads. The development of the Amaila Falls hydropower project is needed to fulfill the current development and expansion plan of the Guyana Power and Light GPL, which projects that total capacity required will be 465 megawatt at energy of 2,900 gigawatts hour in 2025. The government intends for construction work to begin in the second half of 2022 for commissioning by the end of 2025. The proposed completion date for the 165 megawatt project would see it being completed 1 year after the 300 megawatt gas to shore project, which will supply at least 250 megawatts. The project was in the making for years, but from 2011 to 2015, the combined parliamentary opposition of APNU and AFC prevented the project from proceeding. The APNU-AFC shelved the project after it won the 2015 election, but with the return of the PPPC in 2020, it is being revived.